Welcome back, Transformer TCG fans. Check the custom page on Facebook. Armando put triple changer, a small 7-star triple changer Minerva on there based on her human form, her robot form, and her alt transforming form. Pretty interesting. A lot of good repair going on there. But we are now, let's get back to the unfinished, undisclosed chapter of my Undisclosed Chapter characters. We're counting down. We're on the top 10 discoveries of 2020. No, I'm kidding. I'm not Henry Smith, even though I look like him with a little bit of hair. The Cybertron Files, the last of these characters. Let's see if we can. My wife is on her way home. Let's see if we can at least go over 2, maybe 3 characters. You've seen these characters before. They were very sketchy and very sketchy. Let's start with Barcode. He's at the very top in alphabetical order. Barcode is subtitled Bester Pack. He is a battle master. When he's going to get KO'd, he turns into, you flip him over and play his upgrade side. And I do have it on the bottom here. A battle master begins in bot mode and can't flip. When it's KO'd, play its upgrade side. Okay, and he's a 6-star character. His stats are a little low for a battle master. He does have the melee trait here. He is an Autobot. So his stats are 3, 8, and 1. So he might not last very long, but he does have tough 1 to help him out on the defense, even though he has defensive 1. And you're going to want him paired up with Turret Strike. Turret Strike. That is so hard. Why did I come up with that name? Because he has a single drill, I guess. But in Turret Strike is a 10-star character based on one of my favorite Jumpstarter characters, one of my favorite characters almost of the entire series, Twin Twist. And in my little world, Turret Strike loses Barcode in who's like his little best buddy, like a little target master, battle master thing. In a battle on Cybertron near the beginning of the war, and the Oracle or Vector Sigma or whatever changes him and turns Turret Strike, who is more of a happy-go-lucky kind of character, into the battle-ready, battle-hardened Twin Twist, with his quote, "War is everywhere I want to be." Okay, so because it helps give him that character, Twin Twist, little more of a reason where he came from, why he is. Because I always felt like I just like the detail, even though he was a very simple character, very simple toy. A lot of people didn't like Jump Masters. I don't know why. That's their opinion. I liked them. All I had really was Twin Twist for the longest time. Even if as a kid you can pull it back, do it a certain doing, it just stood right up. After a while, one of his arms got real loose, so he zipping back, and his arm would swivel, and it kind of looked kind of cool. So anyway, Turret Strike is a 10-star character. Barcode is a 6-star character. We went a little too long on that. So together they would be 16 stars. So that would only allow you an 8-star character left, maybe a 7-star, maybe. I do not have a stratagem for these characters whatsoever. So there's that. Let's get back to Barcode. So Barcode does have tough 1 in bot mode. While Turret Strike is on your team and he has flipped to alt mode, do 1 damage to an untapped enemy. Your enemy is tapped out. It's not going to happen, unfortunately. So, if they get to go first and you don't get to go first, because you're probably going to want to have Barcode attack first if you get to go first to try to get him to be turned into his upgrade. But before that, and this is anytime, Barcode can be he can be tapped or untapped. Doesn't matter. If Turret Strike gets from bot mode to alt mode and Barcode is on the battlefield, not the KO, on the battlefield. Remember, abilities, unless specifically said, like in Sentinels, then those abilities do not trigger unless they are active on the battlefield. So, and that goes with both of these characters. So, yeah, I have on your team. Let's change that. Okay, so minor textual correction. While Turret Strike is on your team on the battlefield and is flipped to alt mode. Happy? Okay, do 1 damage to untapped enemy. So, yeah, a little bit of hoops to go through, but it's not that bad. It's really easy to pull off. He's already going to start in bot mode. You just need to have Turret Strike to just simply flip to alt mode. And that's not a big deal. When Barcode gets KO'd, he turns into, you flip him over to the Bester Pack shield. He is an armor with +2 to attack and +1 for defense on whoever he's on. He can go on anybody. I had this guy really decked out years ago. I've watered him down a little bit, but he still has a lot going on with him. So while he is in armor, he's going to give the equipped character Bold 1 and Tough 1. I took the Pierce off, and it used to be Bold 2, Tough 2, and Pierce 2. Not anymore. It's just Bold 1 and Tough 1. While this is on Turret Strike, he has Bold 1 and Pierce 1 for battle. So it's going to give Turret Strike Bold 2, Pierce 1, and Tough 1. But only that character. So that pairs them up really well. If they're to leave the battlefield, put it in your chaos area instead. So that is Barcode. So since we are mentioning pairing them up, let's go to Turret Strike. Oh, like I said, he's a 10-star Autobot. Weapons plus tactical. Wars everywhere I want to be. Tank and melee. I almost made him also a spaceship because I always, as a kid, thought he was also part spaceship like Topspin. I thought they both were spaceships. And I only had Turret Twin Twist as a kid. So, and I still played with him as if he flew, even though he had treads. So therefore, he could also be a tank when he landed. I guess I was dumb. I don't know. But anyway, weapons and tactical, tank and melee, 10-star, alt mode, attack of 2, health of 13, defensive 3. Like most tanks in the game. He does have Pierce 2 automatically. This ability is on both sides of this character. You can play a weapon in his armor slot when there is no empty armor slot. Okay? Why do the turbo boosters come to mind there? So, after this defends, you may flip to bot mode. So let's flip him to bot mode. We flip him to bot mode. He's now a ranged character because he's got his gun. In alt mode, he's melee and tank. So you have certain tank decks, maybe. You might want to put this with them, with these guys, or at least Turret Strike if you don't want the Battlemaster in with him. In bot mode, and I have this guy as a common. You can, again, now his attack goes up to 5, his defense comes down to 2, health is 13. You can play a weapon in his armor slot when there is no empty armor slot. Same thing, okay? Let me make sure. Yes. So you can have 2 weapons on this guy. When this is flipped to bot mode, by defending in alt mode, do 1 damage to an enemy. So again, flipping back to alt mode, after this defends, you may flip to bot mode. You don't have to. But if you do, you're going to be able to get 1 damage to an enemy, any enemy. But remember, if you have Barcode in play and you flip Turret Strike from bot mode to alt mode for turn, or escape route, or rapid conversion, you're also going to be able to get non-attack. So you're going to have a non-attack, just one, opportunities with Turret Strike and Barcode together. I thought was really cool, because I really wanted to sort of fix this jump starter gimmick for the game that, to me, I liked the twin twist they did for the game, except I didn't like him being a headmaster or having a type master on top. Wasn't crazy about that. And I just did. I don't know. It worked. I kind of liked it, but I didn't like it. So yeah, I really wanted to help still make this character be a jump starter. We don't have any jump starter traits. So, I just went with, in both modes, he's, meleeing as tank, ranged as bot mode, and be able to have the opportunity to have non-attack damage going on, which they do have on the original Twin Twist, if I remember correctly. To where if you actually flip him back like twice from bot mode to alt mode to bot mode again, I think, then you get, I think you get to do 2 non-attack damage to a character, to an enemy. Haven't looked at that character in a long time, so I could be wrong. But that's Turret Strike, and that's Barcode. Simple, but I like it, and I think it works. I haven't really played with these characters. I haven't had the chance to print these guys out. I would rather print these guys out and go to the table and show y'all, but money, time, ink mainly. So there's that. Let's look at one more. Let's look at another. I've got 2 other Battle Masters here under my Cybertron file. So that's 2. We went over number 2, Barcode, and I'm not worried about the numbering system here per se. Let's look at Rdr Gunstick. Rdr Gunstick, again, all these characters you've seen before, but they're on better backgrounds. They're recolored, kind of redrawn, because I kind of had to redraw them in the computer to be able to color them in the computer, and they don't look half bad. I surprised myself, Captain. So Rdr Gunstick is a Decepticon, so now we have a Decepticon, but excuse me, he's not a Battle Master, he's a Weaponizer. But is he going to be going into the weapon slot or not? Let's see. But he's a Weaponizer, he's ranged, those are his traits. He's an Air Force unit. Oh, that was me. An Air Force unit. He is a 7-star character that starts on bot mode. And I have the Battle Master verbiage down here, where a Battle Master begins in bot mode but can't flip. But when it's KO play, it's upgrade side. I might retype that to show the Weaponizer icon. It wouldn't be hard to do. But he's the cats. 3-star, 3 attack, 6 health, 0 defense. So for a 7-star character, should I give him more health than this? Because this guy's powerful for a Weaponizer. Let's see what this does. So, I thought, I want him to get him knocked out kind of quick at the start of your turn. While this does not have an upgrade equipped, you may put a weapon on a character you control. That's not what I had on here originally, but it's what it needs to be. Okay, simple enough. Weaponizer begins in bot mode and can't flip. When it's KO, play its upgrade side. Okay, so, well, Grellenheimer, does this mean if I have the first turn of the game and I've got Rdr Gunstick, I can go ahead and put a weapon on another one of my characters? Yes, if you have one in your hand. Go ahead and do it. Rdr Gunstick's going to be able to let you play a free weapon at the start of the game. An extra weapon at the beginning of any turn. But the thing is this is a weaponizer with zero... That's one of my cats. With 0 defense, so he's going to get knocked out pretty quick. You may not have this opportunity for long. Maybe try to get stealthiness on him, but then when you do that, he's got an upgrade. You lose that ability. Okay? So there's that. When he gets KO'd, you play his upgrade side, which he turns into the loaded Hovercraft. And he's not a weapon. He is a utility. But, wait, there's more. He turns into the loaded Hovercraft. What else have we? Armed Hovercraft? He is like the armed Hovercraft, but he is a Decepticon character doing the same thing. That is a weaponizer for a utility slot. Yeah, a little weird. When you put this on a ranged character, do 1 damage to each enemy. One-time ability. You're going to like this. When this is KO'd, do 1 damage to an enemy Autobot. If it would leave the battlefield, put in your KO area instead, which is normal for weaponizers and battlemasters. So yeah, he's going to give anybody that has this equipped, and he can go on anybody, +3 to attack for a weaponizer utility. And I'm like, I like this. So that's why he's 7 stars, because he's got some non-attack abilities going on as when he's first put on and when he's even KO'd. But it's only 1, and it has to be an Autobot. So if your opponent is all Decepticons, that's not going to trigger. Okay, or anything else. All Quintessons, all Junkions, or something other than Autobots, all right, or Unicronians, or whatever they are. So there's that. Now, that's loaded Hovercraft. That is Rdr Gunstick, and he's rare. I have him as a rare character. Barcode, the Bester Pack Shield. And I was trying to look up synonyms for buddy or friend. Hey, buddy, how you doing? In somewhere in the dictionary of words or online, I saw the word Bester, and I'm like, ooh, I like this. This is going to be what Barcode is going to be when he turns into his other mode. And yeah, I drew him like a shield, but if you remember somewhere in the depths of this channel from years ago, that his name is Barcode, so I was trying to make all the black marks on his shield when they're all together like a barcode, because I'm thinking no one's ever named anybody this before. Why would I name him this? So I made it look not really like a barcode that you would zap in a store. So you got some black, they're pretty thick, but it is what it is. But you can actually kind of tell where he might, flipping him, looking at him back and forth, how this character might actually transform if it was an actual toy. And I'm like, wow, I feel pretty good about myself. So whether you want to play this or not, or print this out or not, PT. What is PT? Oh, it's a promo. So if I was actually doing like the little sets like Energon Hustlers and oh, who's been putting out some new stuff on Facebook lately? Um, Maybe it is Energon Hustlers. Not the yeah. Oh gosh, I can see their stuff. I forgot the name of it. It's if I had the chance and time to do anything like that, make a generator or anything like the Octagon or whatnot, or say, hey, let's add this to Octagon, but you know, doubtful. But if I paid what I paid for it for that a short time some years ago, and and Heidi and I we would play together. Um, I hope I hope he's doing well. I really do. I haven't heard from him in a while, and we would uh, talk back and forth a little bit through Discord and whatnot. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing well, man. So that's Barcode. We looked at Turret Strike because you can't go over one without the other, and we looked at Rdr Gunstick, who transforms into the loaded Hovercraft. You're welcome. So when he made, and that's the thing, he is like a little hovercraft. He's got the handle, and he's got all these things that looks like they would shoot stuff. You know, 3-on-3 and two big cannons on the top, and this cool Decepticon flying sled thing that I came up with, and I remember trying to come up with what is this going to be, and the game was not yet canceled at the time that I created this character. If you go back and look, and I thought, let's call him the loaded hovercraft. And when he turns into his upgrade side, and you put it on a character, it's going to have the effect of an armed hovercraft. Perfect. This is just this fits. So I like it. I like it, and it's just a simple +3 for attack from a utility side for a weaponizer, which seems clunky. I think it's okay. Let me know if it's too much. I don't think it is. I really don't think it is, because he's like a battle master. It's not a utility you're going to have in your deck. Interesting. Yeah, he is about to start, isn't he? It's almost 7 o'clock. But should we look at one more? Let's look at Private Scratch. There's not much to Private Scratch. And after I named him, I wasn't even thinking of like old nicknames of the devil or whatever. I'm Christian. Didn't even think of his gun looks pretty good. Private Scratch is Ground Command Helm. He's a battle master. He's a ranged character, which you don't see that very often in Minor Appliance. In a minor battle master, he's a 5-star character with 3 to attack, 6 health, and 0 defense. All he has is tough 1. Because I took off the mode on here to be able to do that thing with Rdr Gunstick, I gotta save that and move that over. So Private Scratch, when he gets KO'd, he can play his weapon upgrade side. He turns into a weapon armor. He is the command helm. Weapon armor that's going to take up 2 slots to give any character bold 2 and +2 to defense. When the equipped character battles, you may swap for 2 flipped green pips cards. Flip for battle instead of 1. Maybe I need to reword that a little slightly, but I think you know what I mean. When the equipped character battles, you may swap for 2 flipped green pips instead of 1. If this would leave the battlefield, put it. So that's it. It's very simple. Bold 2 for the aggressive for the attack, and +2 to defense to help with the armor side. It's like having something as simple as like a flamethrower and maybe a standard armor with +2 to defense all at the same time. But it's since it's is she home already? She may be, or maybe it's neighbors. You're going to be able to get 2 green swap for 2 green cards, as long as you got the cards in your hand to do that. So there's that. Again, you're going to have to, give up a card in your hand to get one of the green cards you flipped. And he is supposed to be like a helmet, so to speak, with things coming out and things going up and things pointing up, and for what he is, I made him look pretty good on a starry background, a space background really. So, and he's kind of a rare for what that is, and maybe he's not as strong as he could be. That's going to be covering a weapon and armor slot at the same time. But I thought the ability seems a little nice and stronger compared to what his permanent traits are. But the equipped character has to battle to be able to get the 2 green pips on the swap. It just can't be, on a character and go, oh well, I have this on Prowl, but I'm fighting with Ratchet, and you can't get swapped for 2. It has to be the character that has the command helm covering 2 slots, the weapon and armor slots. That's all I have time for right now. We went over 4 characters, undisclosed chapter for Cybertron. We have 1 Interq, Pith Core, Twin Core, Expedibot, and Zanbot left. 5 characters left. And we're done with the undisclosed chapter. We'll see you next time. Throw scraplets at the like button if you like this content. We'll see you next time. And as always, Autobots, let's flip out and let's roll for it.